This is going to be the final live stream of the year, which maybe it's fitting that I seem so much like a hot mess right now. It's just the last one of the year. 2023, the final one of 2023. And I will be healing 134 people in 11 different countries, including 14 kids, ages 4 to 17. And the theme is, and of course we'll do much more than the theme as usual, but the theme is, so I didn't even mess with my hair. Good enough. The theme is closure with 2023 and proactive clearing for 2024. But there's a sub-theme of decisiveness, but it is more than you think of when you think of decisiveness. Like one, it was interesting because one person who filled out their survey, they said, well, I don't think I really have a problem with decisiveness, but I'm very interested in this healing. But interestingly enough, one of the ways in which I'm using that word, that term decisiveness, that person really has a problem with. So I just want to, so it just reminded me how broad my, very often I use words in the way that most people don't. So for me, decisiveness has to do with the normal way people use the word, but also extra ways. So the normal way people use that word is to make decisions, right? Like, should I keep this object? Should I declutter my cabinet right now? Should I take a nap right now? What should I do? What is more important? Prioritizing, making internal decisions. But I expand that for this set in two key ways. One of them is saying interpersonal decisiveness. In other words, being able to say no to somebody or to say yes to somebody, or even like to express your needs to somebody in a way that's diplomatic. Or decide not to express your needs because it's not diplomatic and will make things worse. Or to express your needs on a spirit level with the angels in your sleeve. So that's like the ultimate of diplomacy, and so then it gives the other person plenty of time to process in their sleep with their angels about what you said versus just blurting it out consciously. That's maybe sometimes not so well received. Depending. But anyway, so that's another way, interpersonal decisiveness. But then there's another way that I'm using decisiveness, which is to, we're going to do it today in an exercise, which I kind of played with in the survey, the last post-healing survey for the first healing in this set, that many people filled out yesterday, and thank you very much if you did. I really appreciate it. I'm calling it the keep or let go exercise. And it's like you find stuff in your energy field that you don't have to know consciously what it is, but you're keeping it. You've kept it, obviously, because it's still in your energy field. But maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. And so you hold out this bundle of energy, you don't have to know what it is, to your angels and say, angels, can you help me with clarity and determining, and just help me to let go if I need to, or keep it if I need to. And then the angels, your angels, typically transform it in some way. Either they just melt it away, and therefore you let go of it with their help, if that's what's best for you, or they let most of it melt away, and then you realize there is some little object in there that is precious to you, that is yours, and then you keep that. Or usually it's not like totally fine as is, because we're looking for things that are sort of potentially iffy, but you're keeping them anyway. So anyway, that's the keep or let go exercise. And so for me, that involves decisiveness on a spirit level. But most people don't think of it that way. But as a healer, I watch people that I'm healing. See, this is usually what I do too, is I take care of glare issues before I'm live. But anyway, as a healer, I watch people, typically I give people not only just one healing, but, a set of healings, but, many over time. And I watch how they evolve on a subconscious spirit level, and how people like you are changing as far as your decisiveness with energy clearing. Do you, if you have some subconscious block, do you keep it for 4 years? Or do you just go, this is in my way, bam, and you clear it? And so that level I include in this broad definition of decisiveness, which is, are you clearing your burdens? Are you clearing, old unhealthy things that you're still keeping? Or do you let them rattle around your energy field and drag them forward with you day after day after day? And how do you know if you're doing that? Well, probably most people are doing that to some extent. So chances are, yeah, you're doing it to some extent. But like, for example, for that client that said in the email, said in the survey, he said, I don't think I have a problem with decisiveness. With him, he's keeping emotional burdens from both his, different types of burdens from different parents. And even like a previous partner. And, it's not just that person, it's kind of universal. I found a whole bunch of stuff I was keeping for my different exes that I've had in life, and even their family members. So the keep or let go exercise, I think, will be very nice and help you lighten up and simplify, because it affects your mind, your thought process, and even it affects, decision making that you might normally think of as decision making, but it can affect your mood, your mental clarity, your state of mind, how you feel about yourself and your life, and how irritable you are, and how depressed you are, and stuff like that. So that keep or let go exercise is part of like a subconscious energy clearing decisiveness. Maybe I'll call it that, energy clearing decisiveness. Subconscious energy clearing decisiveness. Because the more healings people get, they become more, decisive with subconscious energy clearing, and they're more likely to clear something as opposed to just, saving it and tormenting themselves for years. But maybe this will speed it up. So we'll see. And it's a fun exercise, The people that did it, most of them liked it quite a bit when they did it in the survey, the last survey. So that'll be nice to do. So that's sort of the broad definition of decisiveness, which also includes interpersonal decisiveness and also subconscious energy clearing decisiveness. Yeah, I like that. Subconscious, and of course it's too long, for a video title, which is annoying. But yeah, energy clearing decisiveness. Another definite, because there are a bunch of maybes, and I won't go into all the maybes right now that we might do in this healing, but I think another definite is clearing, I'm calling it clearing your denial prison. And it's basically just, it's like two big blocks that get triggered and someone's courting them. And so it's very uncomfortable. Like, it's very uncomfortable when people court what you're stuck on, which is how people court. I mean, if you weren't stuck on anything, nobody could court you ever. Because it's like Velcro and it has to stick to your junk. Well, to stuck stuff that's in your space. And so, so sometimes that stuff, it's stuck and it's triggered and people are courting it, and it just has this feeling of like, it just makes you feel like you're in this tiny room spinning around, So I'll explain more later. I don't want to trigger it too much right now, but basically it makes you more comfortable to clear that stuff. And helps you with boundaries with others, helps you to be more comfortable around other people, because nobody's perfect. People will court, some people more than others, of course, but it's probably impossible to have a life where you have interactions with people but nobody courts you. Because even if you're not interacting with people but they're aware that you're alive, they could be courting you. So I think the idea that we're working with that clear denial prison is to just hone in on the worst stuff, that's really like making you less present, making you more uncomfortable, and clearing it. Okay. So that's all I wanted to preview. Oh, I did want to say one thing, which I think I will put in the chat. I thought I was gonna like put a link. So I guess I could do that. I was gonna do it before I went live, which of course that turned out not to be possible. But I wanted to put a link to my purchase page on my website because as far as I know, there are 4 spots left for the February twin set. Okay, so 4 spots left on February twin set on productivity, and I put the link. How cool is that? All right. But I have a feeling that there are a few people that really want that February twin set, but like this time of year, they just can't purchase anything extra. They're already buying plane tickets, or they're already doing something, you know, holiday related or winter getaway or social related, or they've manifested other types of dramas. So if you think that those dramas are temporary and you might be able to pay for it in January, then email me. Because if I still have spots by the time I get your email, I could hold a spot for you if we have an agreement that you're going to pay me in January. But these won't be for sale for that long on my website. They'll sell out before then. So I'm just saying, if you're one of those people that really is craving for a productivity healing in February, well, 2 of them instead of 2, then, but you can't pay now, but you could pay in January, email me and we'll talk about it and see if I can do something for you. All right. But if you can buy now, there's the link. All right. What else? That's it, I think. Oh, and thanks for the feedback about all the visual and audio things. I did quiet the children cheering because I thought maybe as I was listening back to the video of the Sunday healing, I could see how the volume of the kids was a little louder than my speaking voice. And so maybe that was contributing to, because a couple people said it was jarring at first. So you can listen to it now, the great job with the kids cheering, to see if it's more, I don't know, non-jarring. That actually sounds tremendously loud to me, but so let me know if that's still too loud. I thought I fixed the volume on it. But maybe I did not. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it now. I don't think I can change it now. But for next time, you can let me know if that volume was loud to a point of being jarring for you, like the kids cheering. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it again. Still getting used to all these special effects. So, okay, so I'm going to just change the text because I never changed it when I did the overview. So I'm just going to put that on the screen. Yeah, so I just finished the overview of the healing, just so you know. Okay, so now we'll do my little quiet time. Before I start the healing, and as you guys know, towards the end of that, I will start the healing, but I won't be talking yet, and so you'll know because I'm doing this. That's what I do. Also, I usually fix the camera so I'm actually in the center of it. Let's see. So not in the center. There, good enough. All right. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for about 3 minutes as I finish my prep and say hello telepathically to the 134 people that I will be bringing. And I hope you enjoy the quiet as much as I do. Okie doke. So thanks for your patience with my quiet time. Let's start with grounding. So you can just recreate both your groundings, physical body and astral body grounding. Have them be nice and wide as all your auras, and have them go all the way down to the core of the earth and stay wide all the way down. And create the color of your groundings with your intention, even if you don't see energy and see color. Using your intention is still helpful and works. So make them both red or both orange or both yellow. And you can make a copy out in front of you of whatever you're healing, you know, in this case, you're grounding. And just find the energy blocks and surround them with lots of gold light from your hands and melt them away. So energy you have big energy centers, one in the palm of each hand and one in each fingertip. You can set those energy centers to a metallic gold color, like this glitter, so that as they spin, that's the color of energy they're generating. Either way, they're going to spin, they're going to generate energy, unless they're really blocked up. So just wash them out with lots of gold light, like sort of like gold soap and water. Unblock your fingertip chakras and your hand chakras. And I'm going to help everybody unblock their fingertip chakras and their hand chakras a little bit. Everybody, not everybody viewing, but everybody that I'm healing, the 134 people. Okay, so you can have that copy out in front of you and just wash out your grounding, especially in the back. So that's unblocking grounding. Let's see what else we should do. So I'm going to go back and forth between two techniques now, so I'll just put both up so I don't have to change the label back and forth and back and forth. So CBW stands for Chaos Boundary Wall, which is a simplified way to work and heal and repair all your boundaries with external energies. And inner flow river and unblocking your inner flow river is a simplified way to work the flow throughout your energy systems. So all your 17 auras, your physical body, all those body systems, muscular, skeletal, nervous system, yada, yada, yada. All the meridians, all the chakras in your body and your spirit, your grounding, the flow in your grounding. So inner flow river can work all that at once in a simplified way, where you're just watching the river and using gold light. So we're going to do both those right now. So first, I'm actually not doing that. I'm just combing through the aura. So you could do that, comb through your aura, just to get a sense of how you are right now, get a sense of your grounding, get a sense of the flow in your auras. And Chaos Boundary Wall, you just imagine a big gold flowy wall and have it, with your intention, you have it represent all your boundaries with external energy. So meaning boundaries with invasive beings, boundaries with invasive people, just your boundaries, period. And we want it to be gold and flowy and not have gashes, not have stuck stuff in them. In your Chaos Boundary Wall. So when you find stuck stuff or gashes, just use so much gold light that the hard stuff melts away and the gashes repair themselves. And speaking of hard stuff, you can imagine hard stuff. You can do a composite. Just fixing the camera there. Yeah. You can do a composite of all the hard stuff that you have in your space. By hard objects, in this case, I mean stuff that's been thrown at you. So, a lot of times people will throw like a spear-like sort of hard object in with the blast of energy that they're throwing at you. Very bad karma. I never suggest that you would even try that. But People do it regardless, and so it's nice to melt those because otherwise they're in the way of the repair and the healing. If you have this big hard thing right here, it's going to be really hard to finish unblocking and repairing if you have 5 spears just sticking there through all your aura layers into your body meridians. So what you can do is make a composite of all that hard stuff. And we'll do that on and off throughout this this section of Chaos Boundary Wall in your flow river. But anyway, so you imagine a composite of all the hard stuff that people have thrown at you and just melt it away. You're so much gold light. It just melts away. Again, imagine a composite, meaning one object that represents all these multiple objects in your space that people have thrown at you, and just melt it away with so much gold light that it just goes away. Okay, so again, a composite of all the spears and stuff that was thrown at you that's still in your space in different places, and just so much gold light that it melts away. If you're having trouble making it melt away, you can use the composite and then hand it to your angels. But I think it's a little more decisive, a little more assertive, self-assertive to melt it yourself. And just to get used to doing that, because it kind of is like, rah, I'm so strong. Someone threw something at me thinking it would conquer me, but it didn't. Watch me melt it. Whoa! Yeah. So it's kind of nice, confidence boost maybe. But again, if it's not working, if it's not melting, you can't give it to your angels, of course. Just say, angels, please help me with this. All right. So, but anyway, still working with Chaos Boundary Wall, which again, ideally would be like a big flowy gold wall that represents all your external boundaries. And you just hunt for any rips or tears, and let them repair with lots of gold light. And again, since this represents your chakras, your auras, all sorts of meridians and stuff, you're basically doing a lot of repair as you work this. And unblocking. So, and you can isolate, you can look at the weakest, imagine the weakest part of your Chaos Boundary Wall, and focus a lot of gold light on that. Let the hard stuff melt away, let the rips grow back together and repair. All right, and then so inner flow river, like I said, just imagine one river and have it represent all your inner flow stuff. Everything's supposed to have flowing energy. So even your bones are supposed to be able to, carry energy smoothly without blocked energy. So just imagine your inner flow river and find some clogs and melt them away. And your intention throughout this healing and every healing, I would suggest, is, you want to do what's healthy and gentle to do right now. So with your inner flow river, you don't really have to see more than what is good to do right now. Just see the clogs that are good to melt right now. Or imagine them. And you can especially notice clogs that represent, clogs in your river that represent grounding blocks or blocks in the bottom of your auras. See where that is in the river. Just melt that gold light. All right. Great job. So I have a new way to say great job. There we go. Great job. Woo! Great job, butterflies. All right. what's next? Yeah. So I mentioned denial prison. It's a new term. I always make up new terms. You don't have to remember this forever, but if it works for you, that's great. But it's sort of a variation on clearing two big blocks. Two big blocks, sometimes, energy blocks that don't clear, even though you're doing all this cool inner flow river and whatever else. They don't clear in part, sometimes because people are courting them, right? And their energy running through your triggered blocks kind of makes them louder in your space. So then it's like extra anger or extra sadness or extra anxiety because someone's courting them and kind of pumping up the volume, maybe accidentally with their energy. Because the cords either bring energy to you or take energy away from you or both. So I'm calling it the denial prison because that's how it feels. If you're really conscious of what's actually going on, it could feel like that to you. Most times what happens is if somebody is in a denial prison, meaning they have these energy blocks that are triggered that they're trying to be in denial about. They're trying to avoid these energy blocks. They're stuck. They don't want to know about them, but somebody's courting them, so now they're even louder than before. Most of the time what people do is they pop out. They distract themselves with focusing on other people or, fixing someone else's life or, why isn't, my son doing this or why isn't my husband doing that or why, they get very external when these denial prisons are triggered. Sometimes they fall asleep, like you could be meditating and if a denial prison gets triggered, that could be one reason why you keep falling asleep while you meditate. So the idea is you can melt away the cords. You can lift off the denial prison and just give it to your angels. But it's kind of interesting to melt the cord. Oh, wait. This part is explaining. Sorry. I have a new label now. Explaining! Explaining clear denial prison. Oh, and I misspelled clear denial prison. Sorry about that. Clear denial prison. So this is continuing the explaining. I already explained for like 3 minutes. Okay, this is still explaining. So if you melt the cords that go into the denial prison from other people, a lot of times then you're able to clear these two big blocks and they melt away. And so your prison just melts away just by you melting cords going into it from other people. And you don't even have to know who the people are, although it is kind of interesting. Since it's a denial prison, sometimes you're in denial about who's courting too. So it could be like a sibling that you feel like is the nice one, and so you don't really want to know that they're courting you. Or some family members that are like, normally really nice people, and so you don't want to think, well, they're courting me, because in your mind you might, feel betrayed or something if you know that. But, people are normal, they court, not like that's healthy, but, nobody's perfect. But anyway, so let's do it. So now I have a doing label. How cool is that? Okay, cool. So now we will do. That was explaining. So, doing. And later in the comment section, there will be a detailed healing summary with timestamp links, in addition to the fabulous screen labels. Okay, so imagine, and if this doesn't work for you, I don't know, try something else. You can imagine, you just do it as two big blocks. But you could imagine it's like a small room that you're in and it's very uncomfortable and you're kind of like going around in circles in it. And it's a denial prison. It's like it's this energy, the prison walls are energy blocks of yours that you've been really trying to not deal with. fear, anger, or something. And then you're spinning around in there because somebody's courting and making these prison walls seem so like significant. And so then you're like, wow, I can't get out of this energy. I can't avoid it anymore. So you just imagine your denial prison, we'll call it, and then just melt quartz going into your denial prison. And run gold light through your denial prison. Bring up red earth energy, gold light, keep melting quartz going into it. And eventually it just melts away. It's like sort of like a sandcastle, and gold light just was the water, washing away the sandcastle. It's like gone now. Then you can just stand there and not like run around in circles and feel uncomfortable, which is better, So let's do that again. So just imagine a denial prison that you have, just a bunch of blocked energy, and people are courting it, and it's like really hard to avoid now. And then just melt cords going into your denial prison from other people, and bring up red earth energy, lots of gold light through the prison walls. And you can comfort yourself, the part of you that's in the prison, just be like, hey, it's okay, I can fix this, I promise. Just relax for a second, just breathe, and just hold on. You can do this. Melt cords, melt the prison walls with gold light, bring up red earth energy, keep melting cords. There you go. And if it didn't totally melt away now, and you're just standing there with no prison around you, say, angels, can you help me with this? I'm laughing because somebody's dad, who does not always get healings, but my client bought healings for her dad as well as herself, and he said, let's do that one again, which is funny because it's like cute to see his motivation on this technique. All right, so one more time, just imagine, and if you're getting too jumpy thinking about this stuff, let's unblock grounding too. So just imagine you're grounding. This is just in between clearing denial prisons. Just imagine you're grounding and unblock it with gold light. Imagine the bottoms of your aura layers. So your aura is just around your knees and ankles and below your feet. And melt away any blocks down there. Okay, so let's do another one. Just imagine another denial prison. And they're largely subconscious, but it's just imagine you, and then the energy blocks that you're stuck on are the prison walls, and it could be several people, one or several people are courting the prison walls, the stuck energy, making it, really unpleasant and hard to avoid this energy. And you're just kind of spinning around in your little prison. And just calm that party down. Hey, it's okay. It's all right. And just run gold light through the prison walls, melt the cords from people going into them. And if your intuition is telling you who those people are, that's okay. That can be interesting. But just melt those cords. And then keep running gold light and red earth energy through the walls and let them melt away. So you're just standing there now, and whatever they were courting is gone. Okay, let's do that one more time. So imagine a part of you that's very uncomfortable because you're in this denial prison. So there's some baggage that you have. At least one person or several people are courting it, making it seem like a very intimidating prison wall around you. And just go ahead and talk in a comforting way to that part of you that's inside there. Hey, it's okay. We can fix this. I promise. It just takes a moment. And just use gold light and melt away the cords from other people going into these prison walls. And then keep using gold light and red earth energy and melt away the prison walls. And if it's not melting, just say, angels, can you help me with this? Great job. So let's see. Let's do confetti on this one. Yay! Great job. Okay. Let's again do let's again do some inner flow river work. So it's inner flow river second time. And this time, I'm going to try a different water image. See how you guys feel about that one. See if it helps or not, or is counterproductive for you. But for those of you, I guess, who can't see it, maybe your phone is far away and you're listening on your phone. It's just a waterfall image with some greenery around it, like jungle plants and stuff. Well, tropical plants, maybe. Anyway, so just imagine a river that represents all the things within you that should be flowing, which is everything. The energy of your body systems, your chakras, your auras, your groundings, etc. So just imagine your inner flow river and imagine the blocks. Go ahead and melt them away. And do what's healthy and gentle to do right now. Keep imagining these blocks, and there's so much gold I quickly melt. All right. So let's see. Great job. Great job, everybody. So now oh yeah. Okay, so the keep or let go exercise. I already explained it in the intro. I define it partially as decisiveness, subconscious on an energy clearing level. Decisive as in not keeping junk that is not healthy for you to keep. And I think that, as we approach the new year, it's a nice time to do this kind of thing. And that way you don't have to bring old burdens into the new year. I mean, you'll bring some, I'm sure, because you're human, but, I think it's a nice time. Especially because in January, there's this positive change vibe that's really nice, because everybody thinks of New Year, positive change, even like more mainstream people that don't know about chakras. So it's a good time to do this. So keep or let go, just within you, just take out something. It could be just in your aura or, but you don't have to worry where it exactly was, which chakra, which aura layer. Just take out something that's kind of questionable that maybe you should keep, maybe you shouldn't, and hold it out to your angels. Just imagine it like a ball of something, like maybe like a ball of clothing, like this, You're just holding it out to your angels. uh, or ball of energy, whatever, however you want to imagine it. But just take it out of you and hold out to your angels and say, angels, can you help me with this? And just see, maybe it totally goes away, maybe part of it goes away and part of it turns really nice, and so you want to keep that part. So if there's part of it for you to keep, you still have it, so give it to yourself. But if it's all like sort of obviously unappealing now that your angels helped you to have clarity, then you can give it to your angels or you can blow it up. So that's the keep or let go concept. So let's do that again. So just reach within yourself somewhere. Don't think about it too much, and just so you have a wad of something that maybe you should keep, maybe you shouldn't. And say, angels, can you help me with this? Help it become really obvious to me if I should keep it or not. And then let your angels change it. And maybe it totally dissolves, or maybe part of it's left and it looks really appealing now. And so if there is part to keep that's appealing, you can keep it. And just let, but if part of it's just, if all that's left is very unappealing but it's still there, then you could just destroy it or give it to your angels. Say, angels, here you go. And when in doubt, you can just give it to your angels. So that's just in general the keep or let go exercise. But now I think there's one sort of flavor of it that is you could add to that, which is one thing that I think a lot of people do is they keep stuff from other people. Like I said in the intro, I was keeping stuff from like an ex-boyfriend and a different an ex-husband and some of their family members, and siblings, all sorts of stuff. So it's possible that you're keeping stuff and in your mind you're keeping it for somebody, or somehow it's related, like it's from that person or whatever. But a lot of it's super unhealthy to keep. It's just their fear or their whatever, right? So just if you're keeping something for somebody that's questionable, you're thinking, maybe I shouldn't keep it. Just imagine it and hold it out to your angels. Angels, can you help me with clarity in deciding if I should keep this or not? And then your angels will transform it somehow. And maybe it'll totally melt, or it'll just become obviously super unappealing and you can blow it up. Or, maybe there's a little bit left of it that's really appealing, in which case your angels are, showing you that part's something you can keep. Okay, so again, maybe you're keeping something for somebody, like an ex-friend, ex-partner, current partner, sibling, family member of a sibling, what family member of an ex. So just whatever is kind of questionable like that you might be keeping for somebody, just lift it out. Say, angels, can you help me with this? Can you help me with clarity to figure out what I should do? Let your angels transform it so that it becomes obvious what you should do. And then do what you need to. If there's some part left that's really appealing and pleasant, then your angels are showing you that that's okay to keep. And if it just seems really unappealing, just blow it all up. Or when in doubt, you can give it to your angels, so angels can help you with this. So great job. That's enough for that for now. I have a different great job. Yay, great job. Gold confetti. Woo woo. We can do that one again. I think we can do it. There we go. I like that one. Okay, so let's see what's next. So now we're going to clear fear of change, which obviously gets triggered as you're going into a new year, especially because there is this sort of group concept in, at least in the US, probably in different cultures. Some other cultures have different New Year's, you know, like in February or some other time of year. But whatever, we're working it now. So it may trigger your fear of change, or even just in general about progressing forward. So you could use a gold blanket, or you can just make piles, but put out in front of you any baggage that makes you afraid of change, makes you afraid of what's coming, the unknown, even good change, you know, it's still change. So, you know, just imagine whatever lights up when you think about that, you know, any discomfort about change or positive change or surprises, things unexpected. And just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And if it's not, your angels will take some of it away so you don't do too much. And then you can blow up all that's still in front of you or melt it with gold light. You can bring up red earth energy. You can melt cords going into it from other people. Again, this is fear blocks about change, about the unexpected, about the future. Okay, let's do that again. So put out in front of you energy blocks that anything that triggers when you think about change or things that are unexpected or the future. It could be future bills, future, you know, events, surprises, unpleasant surprises, or just positive change, any change, you know. So just put all that fear out in front of you. And again, fear is just blocks in certain, you know, in your first chakra or your first layer generally. So angels, can you check all this? Make sure it's okay to clear right now. That way your angels will take away what's too much. And so everything left you get to blow up or melt with gold light if you want, because it's not too much. Okay, good job. So your 7th chakra to 8th chakra connection will unblock that now. Your 8th chakra is above you, above the top of your aura, and it's full of your eternal wisdom that you gained in past lives, and healing energy from that part of you, the eternal part of you. So it's really comforting to have that be a nice flowy gold cord from you to you, the part of you that doesn't come into your aura and the part of you that's still above there. The part of you that's above coming down to your 7th chakra, so it's just a cord from your 7th to your 8th chakra. And you can imagine any blocks in it. It's a good cord, which I call it a connection because sometimes people think, oh, a cord's bad. But this one is just to you. So just imagine blocks that are good to clear in this connection and melt them away. I did this as a follow-up right after clearing anxiety and fear because anxiety and fear are the same thing, by the way. But I do this as a follow-up because this is very comforting energy, this 8th chakra energy. So it can help you have a more calm, perspective. All right, good job. Woo-hoo. what's next? So I'm just going to be quiet for a minute as I look at a sample person to figure out what's best to do next. Okay, so what we're going to do next, I'm just explaining a little first. We're going to unblock your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is a road. That's just for you. It's a non-physical road, but you can look at it and it helps you to see, like at a glance, if you're moving forward or if you're kind of stopped or if you're overwhelmed and sitting on a side bench. If other people are really impacting your forward progress, it looks like they're big lumps of their energy ahead of you on your path, blocking the way. So it's a nice way to unblock and get that forward momentum going again. And we did unblock the spiritual path and work that in the healing 2 days ago. And it's theme related in that, going into the new year, like you want a sense of like where you're headed. Sometimes that's fun and productive and helpful. So getting more of a nice unblocked path is good for that. But the menacing, I put in parentheses there, we're going to especially clear menacing energy, like anybody trying to intimidate you. They might, like this sample person I was looking at, she has this big door in front of her that looks very mysterious and it's closed, and it's sort of like that's her image of going into the new year subconsciously. I don't think she thinks that consciously, but I think there's like a subconscious stress caused by that. And it's an ex of hers and his sort of menacing energy that he dumped on her spiritual path. Because he has anger issues, whatever. So we're going to unblock that. And sometimes people respond to that menacing energy on their path with anxiety, with, subconscious stress. Other people respond to that with irritability, and that can be because they cover up their fear with irritableness. So they could be extra grumpy, but beneath that, they're actually kind of intimidated. So we're going to clear this menacing energy, and hopefully that helps kind of smooth out your experience and makes you more able to move forward and make progress spiritually. And literally. Okay, so that was explaining. Now we're going to do just like the sign says. Oh, so fun. So you imagine your spiritual path out in front of you. Imagine a part of you on your spiritual path, and this path is just for you. And just unblock it in front of you, behind you, all around you. Anything that you feel like isn't you, isn't helpful, just get it off of your path. Just melt it away. And the menacing energy, it can be ahead of you usually. It could be behind you. I've noticed some people have kind of a menacing energy behind them, not in front of them, and so they always sort of feel like spooked, you know. But it's just a spiritual thing. It's not like literally there's a person behind them. But so check behind you on your path and just find any menacing energy, and just surround it in gold light. You can freeze it. You give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, just imagine yourself on your spiritual path and find any menacing energy, this time behind you, and just freeze it and lift it off. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And it can be from somebody you knew a long time ago and you just never cleared their energy off your path. Maybe they're not still doing that to you, but their energy is there because you didn't clear it away. So anyway, just imagine yourself on your path. It could be even a past life person. So who dumped the energy on your path that was menacing. So anyway, just imagine yourself and any menacing energy behind you or above you, and just lift that off. Against your angels. Angels, here you go. And then you can have menacing energy, of course, in front of you, like that client I was looking at. She saw it as like a big sort of closed door that she was supposed to go through, but she didn't know what it was or how to do it. So if you have something like that, like a spooky door or something ahead of you, any sort of menacing energy, could be, you know, dark clouds or whatever, just surround it in gold light, lift it off, give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And it can be clearly, you know, family members or, you know, exes or something, but that's okay, same thing. Just surround them in gold light, don't hurt them, just surround them in gold light, lift them off, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. They have their own spiritual path. If you lift them off of yours, it helps them. They'll get more energy back, especially if you hand them to your angels. Again, find something menacing ahead of you on your path. Just wrap it up in lots of gold light and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, find something ahead of you on your spiritual path that is menacing or intimidating in any way, and just wrap it up in lots of gold light. And you could melt it away too, rather than giving it to your angels. So use so much gold light that it just sort of evaporates, melts away. Okay, so imagine you on your spiritual path and something menacing or intimidating that's in front of you on your path, and just surround it in so much gold light that it melts away. All right, good job. Woo, 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 woo. You're amazing. Okay, I'm going to use the kids, the happy kids, happy children. Great job. So yeah, let me know if that was especially loud in a jarring way, or not. Maybe it was fine. I can actually hear it this time though. I fixed that part. All right, so that was unblocking your path. So we already worked decisiveness a little bit, because we worked the keep or let go exercise, and that for me is part of my broad definition of decisiveness, which is energy clearing decisiveness on a subconscious level. But now we'll do the other aspects of decisiveness that I was talking about, which is the internal just decision making, having to do with, should I clean this? Should I keep this? Should I declutter this? How do I do it? All this needs to be thrown out. This needs to be clean. Bam, I'm done. That kind of decisiveness. And also interpersonal decisiveness. So first we'll do, so that was kind of explaining. So now we'll do, that might be too long. Alright, well, whatever. It doesn't. That means that prioritizing is what got cut off right there. Decisiveness as in declaring and prioritizing. So now we will do, that was talking about it. So now we will do. So just make a big gold blanket out in front of you, but if you don't like that, just make piles and put out there what the baggage in the way of you decluttering, the baggage in the way of you giving away stuff, the baggage in the way of you cleaning, the baggage in the way of you getting to certain projects that really would be good to do. And just, and you can, if some of that baggage is unpleasant for you to be aware of, you can use a little gold privacy curtain in between you and that baggage, because you can still clear it. You don't have to rub your face in it before you clear it. So if you prefer having a nice gold curtain in between you and your baggage, that's okay. This still totally works, right? And then just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? So they'll take away whatever's too much. And then go ahead, you could blow it all up if you're healing yourself, or you can melt it with gold light. Melt any cords going into this stuff from you or other people. So again, this is any baggage in the way of you decluttering, prioritizing what you should do next, figuring out what's important for this day or this week, what's not important. So melt away that baggage. You can say, angels, help me do this. All right. So let's do a little more of that. So put out in front of you any baggage in the way of you prioritizing tasks that you have to get done, or just getting stuff done in the way of you cleaning, or doing your laundry, putting away your laundry, whatever, organizing, any sort of like stuff you have to get done, right? So what's in the way of you just acting, bam, 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 and making your decisions with that. Okay, say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And they'll take away whatever's too much, so then go ahead and blow up whatever's left or melt it away with gold light. If it doesn't all clear, you say, angels, help me with this, please. Okay, so that was good. But we're going to add a little twist to it where we also melt denial walls. Because maybe you're in denial about some of your decluttering baggage, or some of your organizing baggage, or prioritizing baggage, or home maintenance baggage, or financial record keeping baggage, doing tax baggage. Maybe you're in denial about some of that. And if you're in denial about it, that's like your spirit's like, Mama, it's not there. So if you're saying, Mama, it's not there, it's pretty unlikely you're going to clear it, right? So we're going to have to alter your denial and reduce it just enough so that you can clear it. You can still have your nice gold privacy curtain if that's nicer for you. But this way you can be aware of it enough to clear it. So put out in front of you, baggage related to doing your taxes, baggage related to holiday junk, holiday social stuff, whatever. stuff you want to do before the end of the year, stuff you want to do right at the beginning of the new year, whatever. Any baggage having to do with decluttering, prioritizing, whatever, life, right? And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? That way they're going to edit for you if needed. And then imagine a denial wall that's covering up the awareness of even more, and then add that to the pile. So melt the denial wall and add the extra stuff to the pile and say, angels, is it okay to clear this too? And then go ahead and melt it all or blow it all up. You can just go light from your hands, melt the weight cords going to other people, from other people going into the stone. Just melt it all or blow it all up, including and especially the stuff that you were in denial about. Because that stuff typically is extra unpleasant, so it's extra helpful to get rid of it. Okay, so we're still doing decisiveness work, but this is the other kind of decisiveness now, the third type. We've already done two types. So this is interpersonal indecisiveness. So just before that, we did, like daily sort of prioritizing and decluttering, all that kind of decisiveness. But then before that, a couple exercises ago, we did keep or let go. So that's sort of a subconscious energy clearing decisiveness. But this is interpersonal, like, can you say no to people? All that stuff. So you can use a big gold blanket out in front of you or make piles, whatever you prefer, but put the baggage out in front of you that's in the way of you saying no. Say if somebody offers something or suggests something that is not healthy for you, like, going somewhere that really is not good for you to go, too overwhelming, whatever. Or, they suggest that you could do something for them that's like wildly not a good idea for you. So just put out in front of you any baggage that makes you feel like you're not really making your decision, like that you're being controlled. Any baggage like guilt, shame, social embarrassment, lack of self-acceptance, whatever baggage that makes it hard to say no to people or say yes to people, given the situation, makes it hard for you to act based on your wisdom and makes you kind of compromise with baggage. So just put all that out in front of you, this interpersonal baggage in the way of your decisiveness, and just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? That way your angels will edit. And then just lots of gold light and melt it away. Or blow it up. Melt cords from other people going into this junk. And you may have to be extra forceful in melting the cords going into this stuff because, some people may like that you're easy to manipulate. It may not work for them that you learn how to say no. So again, put any baggage out in front of you that keeps you from using your wisdom when you're deciding yes or no in a social context. So just any baggage around saying no or saying yes, or feeling obligated, shame, guilt, embarrassment, fear, social fears, whatever. Right? And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And then whatever's left is a yes, it's okay. So then just use lots of gold light, or you can blow it up. Melt it away. Oops. And again, maybe you have a denial wall up and there's a whole bunch more of this sort of interpersonal decisiveness baggage that would be good to clear right now. So just melt that denial wall enough so that you're able to be aware of this extra stuff and clear it. You say, angels, is it okay to clear all this stuff, this interpersonal baggage that I was in denial about? And so anything that's left from after your angels edited is a yes, it's good to clear. So then just use lots of gold light and melt it away or blow it up. All right, good job. Some good job butterflies for you there. All right, so first we did the, just then we did two types of decisiveness. One of them was sort of daily decision type stuff, like organizing, prioritizing, etc. And then the second one was social, like saying no to people, etc. Okay. I want to do inner flow river again. And I didn't get any feedback on the waterfall, so I'm going to assume it's okay. But you can definitely give me feedback on your survey about what you thought about the waterfall. If it was helpful or neither helpful or unhelpful, or if it was unhelpful for you in some way, you can let me know. The ocean, I had been using an ocean, but some people have like fear of large bodies of water and fear of drowning and stuff. So I thought maybe this one would be still, wouldn't trigger that kind of fear, you know, like past life drowning stuff, but it would, you know, help with flow idea. So we'll see what people say. Right. Okay, so just imagine a river that represents all your inner flow, including grounding. So this is grounding, unblocking, but everything else too. So chakras, auras, meridians, all sorts of stuff, body systems. So just imagine a river that represents your all your inner flow, and use lots of gold light to clear it. And if you have any hard objects within this river messing with your inner flow, just lift them off. And you can melt them all down to nothing, let them melt away. Lift out any hard objects affecting your inner flow river, lift them out, and melt them away with lots of gold light. And again, just imagine your inner flow river. Imagine the blocks. Some of the blocks in the inner flow river could be shame. Shame is this really weird energy where you feel like something's your fault, and it may or may not have been your fault. A lot of times it's not, but you know, sometimes like in past lives, we do stuff that is, you know, that now you would consider very unethical or karmically negative, you know, like murdering people and stuff like that. So there could be shame from that stuff, but shame is kind of like, it's like self-punishment, and it's generally not approved by the angels to keep it, you know. So you can, if there's any shame in your inner flow river, just gather it all up and give it to your angels. So angels, can you help me with this? So again, any shame energy in your inner flow river affecting the flow, just lift it out. You can imagine it like a bunch of shame rocks. Lift them out, give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with these? Another thing that could be in your inner flow river is grief and sadness, depression, stuff like that. So you can imagine that like some part of your river that you could lift off and melt away. So lift the depression or the sadness out of your inner flow river and melt it away with gold light. Or you can lift off the depression in your inner flow river and give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with this? And you want to do it to the extent that's healthy and gentle to do right now, of course. So you imagine your inner flow river, and then you imagine any depression. It could be subconscious, it could be from past lives, but any sadness or grief or depression, you can freeze it with gold light and then lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And any anxiety. We're just going through the hits, all the biggies. Any anxiety affecting your inner flow river, you can surround that with gold light, lift it out, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Or you can lift out any anxiety in your inner flow river and just melt it away with the gold light. You can imagine it like chunks of ice or rocks, whatever, however you want to imagine it. Melt it away. All right, good job. Woo-hoo. So let's see, which good job should we do this time? Let's do butterflies again. I really like those. So we'll stop that. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to do so many things all at once. That's funny. Just learning this stuff, as you could tell. Okay, I really wanted to do butterflies, so we'll do butterflies. Great job, everybody. Woo-hoo. So I'm going to figure out what we're doing next. We may be almost done, actually. We'll see. I think there's something else, though. Oh, the children were loud. That's interesting. Yeah. I can't fix it during the live stream, but I did figure, I think I can fix it in the future. I'll have to make a note of that. Children loud. Because I fixed it, but then there was a way to like lock it in, but I didn't do that because I was like, why would I have to lock it? But I guess it doesn't remember it each time. So we'll see if next time I fix it by then. Okay, so now we're going to clear unhealthy leftovers from 2023 and then just in general from your past, whatever. So you can make a big gold blanket out in front of you or just make a bunch of piles, however you want to imagine it. But unhealthy leftovers is like just baggage, or like sometimes you're thinking of something and you don't remember to do it, or you did only part of it, or somehow it's sort of like in your mind, even though it's from like 3 years ago or whatever. So first we'll do unhealthy leftovers from 2023. Or whatever year this just was for you when you're listening. But you can imagine it however you want, like half-eaten boxes of pizza, old pizza, or just, like fabric that never got sewed into what it was going to be, or, whatever. Imagine your unhealthy leftovers however you want. And just wash gold light through them. And just, and you can do too, like we did before, you sort of show them to your angels and say, angels, can you transform these, so it's really obvious. And probably most of them will just completely dissolve, but there may be a couple of things that are still around that are very appealing, and after the angels transform them, in which case you keep those. And if something's really unappealing after your angels checked it, then, just blow it up. Or give it to your angels. But again, imagine any unhealthy leftovers that you have on a spirit level from 2023. However you want to imagine them, like half-eaten old pizza or whatever. Just, we used to have a neighbor that would put greasy old pizza boxes with the crust and like leftover little pieces in the recycling bin, with all the grease and the pizza crust. This reminds me of that. But anyway, so any unhealthy leftovers that you have on any, spiritual stuff, things that you were going to tell somebody or whatever, things somebody told you, they got stuck, any unhealthy leftovers from 2023, and just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And angels, can you help me transform it? So it's really obvious. And you can run gold light through it too. And just let whatever you don't need to keep just melt away. And after the angels transformed it too, sometimes it can be super obvious. Like something will be just really gross looking and you can blow it up. And something will be, very appealing and feel good, so you keep that. So this is clearing away unhealthy leftovers. All right, so that was from 2023. So then we'll do from all your past to the extent that's healthy and gentle. So first we did 2023. And then we'll do from all your past, to the extent that's healthy and gentle. Okay, so not too much. But angels will help, so it's okay if your intention is that you're doing healthy and gentle. Okay, so put out in front of you, and it could be, in between you and a nice privacy. There could be a privacy curtain in between you and this junk if you want, a nice gold curtain, if you don't really like being aware of this stuff. But you can put out in front of you any leftovers that you have on any level. It could be from a past life, it could be from childhood, whatever. But anything that's sort of like, it's just left over. It's just old and half finished, or, you kind of got stuck on it or puzzled or confused about it or whatever. It's just hanging around in your space, like taking up your brain space or your emotional space, and just any unhealthy leftovers from, the last decade, from this life, from other lives, whatever. And say, angels, is it okay to clear all of this right now? Is it healthy and gentle? And that way they'll take away anything that's too much to clear right now. So then go ahead and just melt away. Oh, and you can say too, angels, can you help me, with clarity? Can you transform this stuff? So it's really obvious. And then just go light through it all. And you can just let the stuff that's supposed to go away just melt with the gold light. And then if anything's really unappealing after your angels transformed it, you can blow it up or give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with this? And then after your angels transformed it, if something is really appealing, you can keep that. You say, angels, is it okay to keep this? You still have it, then go ahead and keep it. Because sometimes something of yours, like say innocence or enthusiasm or something, you have a little bit of that wrapped up in a bunch of junk from somebody else, or wrapped up in, some project that no longer works for you. And so there may be a little nugget that is good to keep, and so that's why you do the angels help me transform this, help make it obvious, and then, you let the unhealthy leftovers that you don't need to keep melt away or blow up, or you give to your angels, and there might be something good to keep also. All right. So let's do that one more time. From your past, if you have something that is sort of unfinished or somehow is still hanging out in your brain space or your emotional space or your communication space, any unhealthy leftovers or potentially unhealthy leftovers from any time period. Doesn't matter if it's a long time ago or not, or just yesterday. Just any unhealthy leftovers, put them out in front of you. And say, angels, can you help me with these? Can you transform them? Make it really obvious for me if I should keep, what I should keep and what I should destroy or let go of. And then run gold through all of it too. And just let what you should get rid of just kind of melt away. Or, maybe it's just sitting there and looking like horribly unappealing, so you could just blow it up. Or you can give it to your angels. And then after your angels transformed it, if something looks really positive, then you can just keep that. And if anything you're unsure about, you just give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with this? All right. Okay, so we're going to do a few things. USP stands for unprocessed stress pots. Somebody in their survey, it was kind of interesting, the image of unprocessed stress pots is like pots that you just, it's a convenient image, but it just means that, your space, your aura layers, everything, there's only so much space for you to keep stuff that you haven't processed, you haven't cleared, that's maybe confusing you or it's a little stuck. And so imagining a limited number of pots that you have is kind of a convenient way of saying, oh, you need to clear this because you only have so many pots. And if new stressors come, you get blocked up again, then if your pot's are already full, you'll overflow, and so it's a sense, it can make it more real to you that, maintaining your flow really helps with stress, right? So, but somebody, they imagine their pots on the stove, and I think it links it in their mind to their mother or something. So if that's true for you, don't imagine the pots on the stove, or imagine them I don't know, pots made of gold light or boxes, unprocessed stress boxes, that are gold, whatever's pleasant, obviously. But okay, so unprocessed stress pots. So that was explaining. So this is doing. Okay, so just imagine your unprocessed stress pots out in front of you, or unprocessed stress boxes, whatever you need it to be, and see if they're full or not, and just go ahead and melt away whatever's in them with gold light. By doing that, you're unblocking and processing, letting go, doing what you need to do, just be clear again, be flowing. So check all your unprocessed stress pots. And you could have people cording them, and that's why they're not clearing, so just melt away cords going into them so they'll all melt away. But what the contents of the unprocessed stress pots melts away. So that way, if you have several new stressors at one time, you're good because you have so much free flowing space to handle it. And again, if you have a denial wall up in between you and some of these unprocessed stress pots and you can't even see them, go ahead and melt the denial wall. And you won't know, so just go ahead and do it anyway. So imagine a denial wall in between you and some of your unprocessed stress pots. And then see the extra ones, and they might be full, which is why you didn't want to know about them. You just melt the contents away with lots of gold. You can say, angels, help me do this. So you want all the unprocessed stress spots to be nice and empty, so you're ready for anything. And you can say, angels, can you help me do this? Good job. So that was unprocessed stress pots, and now chaos boundary wall. So chaos boundary wall. Again, we've done it before, so in this healing, but just a big gold flowing wall, and just look for any part of that wall that is not as strong. Chaos boundary wall means it's a simplified way of imagining your boundaries with external energies, and the more gold and strong and flowing it is, the more your energy's in good shape. And you have good boundaries. So as your chaos boundary wall, look for any hardness, that's not good, melt that away, or any rips, any clogs, melt the clog away first, and then let the rip repair. Alright, so that's chaos boundary wall, just a teeny bit. So we're going to wrap up soon, but I want to do call back, bring in. This is very theme related too, because you may have different energies that you're sort of, like the new year may be motivating you to do things in a new way, so you may have an extra amount of positive change energy and new energy to bring in. But first, let's call back your energy from other people or from wherever you left it in the past or the future. So make a big 3D gold object. Use it like a magnet, so you don't have to go to all these places where your energy is left. Just call it back. And also, people can steal your energy, so accidentally or on purpose. So this will call it back from those people as well. So just call back your energy, and you can make your object get bigger and bigger the more of your energy is calling back, if you want, or keep it the same size, doesn't matter. And then just say, angels, can you clean off all this energy of mine? And then go ahead and give it to yourself. Okay, one more time. So imagine a big gold 3D object of any shape you like, and just have it be a magnet and call back all your life force, even stuff that was taken from you, that's okay. Just take back your life force with this object and take back energy you left in the past or the future. And say, angels, can you clean off all this energy? Then go ahead and give it back to yourself. And then bringing in, talks about bringing in energy of yours that maybe isn't coming in automatically, because a lot of times when you're unblocked enough and present enough, it just comes in. I sometimes call it positive change rain, and it just kind of comes in from the top down into your chakras, into your space. But sometimes it, for some reason, doesn't come in, and it kind of queues up above you, like an airplane waiting to get clearance to land or something. But it's your energy. Your positive change energy or some kind of new energy of yours that you've been trying to bring in that you created in your sleep with your angels, like a new level of confidence or a new level of clarity about a certain issue, some new motivation, something like that. So you can just imagine a little copy of yourself, and then any of your positive change energy that is sort of queued up but not coming in yet. And you can unblock that energy. Sometimes it looks like big balls of rainbow colored energy of yours. Like maybe not all the rainbow colors, but like one rainbow color. But just unblock yourself, especially above your head and above the top of your aura, but also unblock the positive change energy, so that, you know, if it's ready, it can actually come in, you know, so there's no like hold up that is unnecessary. So unblock that route for your positive change energy to be able to come in all the way into all your chakras. And sometimes, you know, it needs to sort of pace, you know, so there could be like too much that needs to come in, and so that way it just sort of starts to come in, you know, and it'll come in over time. So you don't have to rush anything, but the more you unblocking won't rush anything. So just keep unblocking above your head, all your chakras, along your spine, and that positive change energy out above you that hasn't come in yet of yours. You can say, angels, help me do this. Unblock your chakras along your spine. All right, good job. I got some good job butterflies. Woo-hoo! So, I think we're done. So you can just comb through everything, all your auras, your chakras, your body systems. The auras in front of you, behind you, above you, to your sides. So you want to melt away stuck energy. You want as much flow as you can get in all your auras and your groundings. You can redo your gold buffer zones. There'll be a video down below about that. All right, so you can say, angels, can you help me wrap up this healing? And you can also say, you know, angels, can you help me to, you know, finish this year in a happy, empowered way and start the next one in a happy, empowered way. All right, good job. You're amazing. Woo, woo, woo. That's a healing. Yay! So I'll just do confetti. There we go. Woohoo! Great job. All right, so that's a healing. So I will end the live stream in a few minutes. But if you have comments about how this healing was for you, I guess comments about the healings this year, although I don't know that you have any, but this is the final healing of 2023, the final group healing that I'm doing of 2023. Of course, you can heal yourself whenever you want. And if you have any comments about the theme. Oh, and I did make a playlist that has these two videos from this set in it, but it also has other videos that I've done in the past about getting closure, letting go of the past, proactive clearing, that kind of stuff. Because I've done it at maybe 2 different years other than this one, at like near the end of a year and the start of another year. But then there were other times of years where I did like proactive cleaning for the next 6 months type walkthroughs, and some of those are a lot shorter than these 2-hour live streams. So it might be an interesting playlist if you did want to geek out a little bit and do more. Of course, though, this all will be timestamp linked within a day in the comment section, in case you want to just jump around and do a little 10-minute section from this live stream. All right, so I'm going to catch up on comments. Visiting, I don't think I read any of them, even the early ones. So I'll read them all now. Hey Janet, we can see and hear you from the Ohio Turnpike. How about that? 35 and sunny. That's a little nippy for the daytime. Yeah, thank you for telling me that I was live streaming. Hi Janet from sunny warm Phoenix. Hello. Thank you for joining my adult kids. Yes, my pleasure. And a reminder that I put on there that there are probably about 4 spots left for the February twin set still. I mean, maybe somebody bought one, but probably someone didn't buy all 4 during the live stream. So there, if you want one, you could go to that link right now to my website, jwhealing.com, and buy one of them if you want. Okay, visiting you from Austin, Texas. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, and happy every holiday that I can't even list, all the different holidays that people are celebrating in the next couple months. Or me, I don't really celebrate. I do kind of, New Year's, I like that concept, just because even really mainstream people tend to think about what they want to change in their life, and so that creates kind of an increased lightness about change and about making changes in your life, and that change is possible. So I like that. But the other holidays I don't celebrate. But, to each his own. If you do celebrate holidays, I hope they're happy for you. Someone says, I really love the waterfall, plus having it vertical feels appropriate for this segment. Well, good to know. I love the quiet confetti, not distracting that way. Yeah, I do like all that stuff, the quiet ones, the butterflies and all that stuff. Oh wow, that children's sounds were super loud. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. Maybe I'll make it very, very quiet so that people that don't like the sound, it's quiet enough to ignore. But obviously it's going to take more testing to make sure that happens. So it says, hi Janet, happy kids are cute but loud. Yes, I will work on that. Thank you for the feedback, everybody. Hi Janet, hello to you. Happy kids are cute but loud. I'm going to vote for turning down the kid volume, which is good, I will. It should be doable, I just didn't realize that I had to lock it. I mean, why do you have to lock it? So, but apparently you do. But I can't fix it right now. I have to fix it when I'm not live streaming, so. To be continued. Hi Janet. Happy kids were extremely loud and the waterfall scenery was fantastic, so peaceful and serene, deep waters trigger me. Oh, you too. Yeah, somebody else told me that, which is why I look for a different water image. So, hey Janet, your sound is really echoey, just so you know. Again? God. I don't know what I can do about that right now, but I will try to do something. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know if that changed it. Last time, that's what fixed it. I have no idea if that'll fix it this time. You can let me know if that fixed it or not, if I'm still echoey. All right. I'm happy for the stress pot explanation. Thank you for healing techniques teaching today. You're welcome. I liked the waterfall noise. You know, it's interesting there. I didn't know that the waterfall had a noise because I don't hear that, but I wonder about that. And the healing made me feel way more mellow. Oh, good to know. Because there is a sort of a constant sound from my laptop. The fan kicks in and then it makes a sound, but so I'm not positive that the waterfall has its own sound, and if you can still hear it, or can you always hear the waterfall? Like, because I don't really want it to be a constant. But if you can only hear the waterfall sound when you can see it, then that's fine. But you can let me know. I like the waterfall noises. Thank you for this healing. So many new and cool techniques. Clearing unhealthy leftovers caused intense emotional reaction, and he's still releasing, feeling more and more relieved. Well, that's nice. I mean, it's not nice that it's intense. Maybe like push it out further in front of you when you work the unhealthy leftovers. Or use that gold privacy curtain between you and the unhealthy leftovers. I just keep thinking about that lady who put her pizza boxes with the pizza in it into the recycling bin. Oh, funny. So it says, thank you so much. I feel mellow. Should we make more stress pots or less? Got confused on that part. I enjoyed this healing and every past one this 2023. I think the point is that you probably have some that you're not aware of, and therefore you're not emptying them. So it gives you this feeling of like your brain is always full, like full of like junk, you know? So I think the idea is, sure, maybe you could make more for yourself, but I think you personally have like maybe half of them that you're not even aware of, that you're in denial of, and so you're not seeing them, and therefore you're not emptying them. And so it's like this feeling of like that you only have this much room for new stressors because you're already full. So the idea is over time to be more and more aware of how many stress pots or stress boxes you actually have and empty them all. You can say, angels, help me to be aware of all of them and empty them all. You know, and that's basically the idea. Generally, people have more that they're not aware of and they don't empty them, and so being aware of them helps. All right, well, cool. I think that's a good place to wrap up. So I hope if you do celebrate anything between now and the January triplet set, that it's good for you and healthy. And the January triplet set is on something like January 5th or something. And it's a really good theme. I'm going to look up when it starts. Yeah, January 5th. How about that? January 5th, 7th, and 9th. And then the twin set for January is on January 21st and 23rd. It's all on my website. But the theme for that is really good. It's like positive change and confidence and purpose in the new year. So that's cool. But then, like I said, February is productivity. Gentler experience, bigger results. And like I said, there are still a few spots left for that are just lingering on and on because the universe is teaching me patience. Too funny. All right, cool. So you're amazing. I will show you my dogs for the last moments of the live stream. They're both pretty calm right now, which is nice. So that is Abel right there. He's awake but peaceful. And then there is Izzy, who I think is asleep. He's a cutie pie. They're both cute. I think the angels like sort of calm them down during the live streams, usually. All right. You're amazing. Take care. And we'll close out with the butterflies. How about that? Or yeah, butterflies. I like the butterflies. All right. So bye.